Hey, what's up? Just watched the second episode of Loki earlier today, and just now had the chance to kind of sit down and make this video. I have to say, man, so in between these two episodes, right? I absolutely loved the first episode of Loki, and I was like, man, like, is this what I've been missing, like, in the Marvel shows? So I went back and I watched all of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I just have to say that, like, Loki is, I don't know, maybe I missed something in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and considering it was like, kind of like their first outing, it was, I don't know, it wasn't as good as what I seen out of the first episode of Loki. And luckily, so after seeing like the 6 episodes of what Falcon and the Winter Soldier did, I was like, like that took a lot of time. Like we basically did the same stuff a couple times, and there wasn't like a whole huge plan to it. But there wasn't like a major, like, there, you had like one large plot thread, and it just felt, I don't know, it felt like we didn't go like very far in any of the episodes. So I was kind of scared on how, the next episode of Loki was going to be. And I gotta say, man, so first off, without any kind of like spoilers, they set up and again, if you haven't seen it, like, go watch it. Like, sure, what I'm saying is like how I feel about it, but like to really get the whole grasp of it, like, you gotta go watch it. There's this scene where, basically like the whole episode, Mobius and Loki, like, we keep talking about a jet ski, and there's a moment where they have this conversation where, Mobius explains, like, he thinks, like, jet skis are cool, and there's kind of like, and Loki kind of paints this picture of like, oh man, just imagine, like a TV agent, just riding on that jet ski, like, wouldn't that be awesome? And he's like, yeah, if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be severely upset. Like that's such like, so there's not like a lot of character definition so far for Mobius, but that just seems like such a neat little quirk, like, oh, I like jet skis, but he's never been on one. Like, this man needs to be on a jet ski by the end of this series, like the end of the first season. There has to be, like, that's how he goes. Like, I hope he gets to do it. If it's Loki and him, like, that's cool, which it'll probably be Loki because it's his show. But like Mobius, he should be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that should be his. So with that was like such a painting scene. The whole episode, right, is done very well. The villain Loki, which, as you figured out, you found out like last episode, that's who they're actually, that's the variant, is another Loki. Now, I guess from here we're going to talk spoilers, because basically what happens is that Loki, the first outing with our Loki, he tries to kind of like, stall him and create, kind of like fool him and make him think that, like, that what he needs to do is go see, like, the timekeepers, because that's his plan. Basically, he kind of wants to, like, overthrow the TVA and kind of rule it. But, obviously, like, everybody knows that. So they give a moment where, Loki seems really clever and really smart, and then they show that the TVA agents are, just right there with him, because Mobius is like, they wait for it for a minute, and then he's like, nah, he's lying, let's go. And sure enough, he was. So, I like that, they're not making everyone dumb around Loki. I think that's pretty cool. And they just really go to talk about, like, the character traits of Loki, like how he can't be trusted. And so that's obviously, in my opinion, going to be like a path that he takes, and obviously he's going to earn everybody's trust by the end. But he figures out that the variant Loki is hiding in just like places where natural disasters, where things are just going to hit the fan and go boom anyways, because it doesn't create like a rift in the timeline. So they go to these places, and he proves his theory, and then they pick one location from where Loki left some bubblegum, and that bubblegum was sold. They do some detective work, and then once he does that, they actually find him. They have this confrontation in the store, and when they're in the store, C-15, I think her name is, the one who initially captured Loki, doesn't trust him, so she's like, nah, you're going with me. And also early in the episode, the variant Loki um, it's shown that it can enchant other people, kind of like take control of them for a little while, and he does this several times, and then he winds up doing it to a her name's C-20, another agent, a TVA agent, and she like tells him, the information he needs to know about like where to drop these bombs, because he's been taking they're not time grenades, I can't remember. They reset something, but the grenades he keeps collecting them. So Loki winds up taking control of C-15 as well, and then whenever he transfers his consciousness per se in the Enchanted, because he can just transfer it with a touch, so she passes out. Looking through the TVA's perspective, it's like, oh, where's our Loki? It appears, Loki's not trustworthy. He's trying to run off. And whenever he's finally confronted with the variant Loki, which it is talked about a little bit before, that Loki could look like whatever, but I was honestly really looking forward to Tom Hiddleston acting across himself. I think that would have been cool. I like seeing like several variations. I like seeing like the several variations of the same character. However, that's not what we got. The variant Loki is played by a different actor, where she's an actress, and so it's revealed. I was like, dang man, I was really hoping for like some Hiddleston on Hiddleston, but that's okay. We'll see where it goes. But basically, she tells him that it's not about him, and she goes through a time gate and sets off all these grenades in the store that they were in, and they're like bombing the timeline basically. So that, and it ends there. He goes, he looks back, and they're all like, no, don't go. Like, what's happening, Loki? So, and he goes through the door as well. So there's a lot happening here, because the whole timeline got blown up, or was getting bombed, and then Loki just disappears. So I thought the show was going to go in a little bit different direction, a little bit more procedural. Not the case. So I'm kind of excited. I definitely don't hate the direction that they're going. I am excited about it, and I would like to see more. I can't wait till next Wednesday. What about you? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below, and tell me, hey, did you like this episode? Was it stupid? Were you excited? What was like your favorite part? And maybe what even was your worst part? We could nitpick it too, but hey, I'm really enjoying Loki so far, and hope you are too. Thanks for watching.